Welcome to LG Overdrive. This is episode 11. This is the Slow Drips and ECMEUs edition. I am the host, Dayoung Buck. With me today, I have Ristolainen.
What's up, everybody?
Also with me, I have Notorious Fat.
Yo, hashtag free pain train.
We do have a small group with us today. Dudley is currently embarrassing himself watching a Mets game against the Phillies and watching the Phillies beat the Mets. If you don't know, the Phillies are the worst team in baseball. Faces is currently hiding off somewhere in a cottage in the woods because of the last series that he just played in. Fourth line is still continuing his superstitious streak, and Salty may be doing a guest appearance later in the show. He is currently out partying, so we don't know. Before we start, Notorious wanted to say something about Pain Train.
Well, I don't know if I want to say anything about Pain Train. I just want to say, free Pain Train. All he did was leave a game. He's just trying to save pucks, man. You can't teabag him. You can't do that.
All right. Well, I believe Pain Train feels the same way. He's been coming after me, coming to you a lot, saying to free him, and we have no power over that. But I guess free Pain Train. Right?
Should we give him a howl? Give him a howl right now?
Yeah, it's more of a bark, not a howl. He barks.
Well, I'm howling because it's night.
All right.
Fair enough. So, speaking of Pain Train, we're not actually going to talk about that series first. We're going to go and talk about the Providence-Rochester series first. And we have, as I just said, Providence-Rochester facing off against each other in the Eastern Conference Finals. Providence taking out the mighty Hartford goalie controversy Wolfpack in 5 games. And the Rochester Americans taking out the Binghamton Senators in 4 games. Binghamton not scoring 1 goal.
And that was a disgraceful performance, in my opinion. We threw that game. We gave it away by doing that. We gave them the friggin' game. In my opinion, that sucked. What's that? Playoffs? Don't talk about it. Playoffs? You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a
Rissa, do you want to talk a little bit about the Binghamton-Rochester series?
Yeah, I'll talk about this one. For as long as I've been in LG, that I remember, I haven't seen any series get swept as well as shut out like this. I could have missed something like that. I haven't really been in LG the longest time compared to some of you guys, but that's definitely something pretty crazy to see a team get shut out. They were close games for the most part, though. 2 1-0s and a 2-0, and then a 5-0. So overall, it's not like Binghamton really got killed, but Rochester's goalies are really, really good.
Yeah, fair enough. You just said that you've never seen this in LG before. I can attest back a couple seasons ago, season 23 or season 24, the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins actually shut out Portland in the first round. They swept them 4 straight. Portland did not score a goal, and starting in the next season, Portland Pirates were no longer a team. So I think that actually took out Portland completely from the AHL. The fact that they were so embarrassed from not even scoring a goal in the playoffs that they just were like, bye, we're not going to play here again.
You're saying the actual team, the Portland Pirates, packed up because they heard that some team in LG didn't score a goal. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
That's exactly what I'm saying, man.
Okay. Hey, that's your theory. I'm going to let you have it.
Well, I believe Binghamton's actually changing their name next season. I saw that. I know Tris posted something about that a while ago. It was like the new logos and stuff. So I don't think they're Binghamton anymore.
So next season, actually, Binghamton is no longer the Ottawa Senators farm team. Binghamton is now going to be the New Jersey Devils farm team. They're now going to be the Binghamton Devils. Binghamton Senators are now moving to Belleville and becoming the Belleville Senators. So that's it.
What happened to Binghamton's forwards? Like, were they just like asleep, or did they have a lot of ECU problems? I didn't follow the series, so I don't know what happened. But
they didn't have any ECU problems except for the fact that one of Horvat's line mates actually just decided to not show up for his 2 games that he was supposed to play. He'd rather play other games like GTA and COD and stuff like that, and just decided to play even though he was online. Otherwise, I just think all their forwards decided to have a vacation with their thumbs and just not show up to play.
So we're definitely not blaming me for picking them last week, right?
Oh, no, definitely not. Totally
okay, good.
All right, speaking of the other series, we had Providence taking out the goalie controversial Hartford Wolfpack in 5 games. A big one surprising everybody, I think, with Face isn't a terrible. Face has had an 8 goals against average through the first 2 games in round 1, but he made up for it in round 2, going 1-1. Notorious, what do you think happened there?
Well, I think you hit the head on the nail. There was a goalie controversy. I said it all year long. There was a goalie controversy. They couldn't get along. They were just going to fight. I can't imagine what that locker room was like. Just 2 angry cats that were thrown in a bathtub full of water, and they're just like pissed and scratching each other. It was horrible. I'm sure it was horrible. So all the other players on the team, I'm sorry you had to go through that all year long. But hey, you made it this far, right? So
to be fair, I also think that Faces is kind of right in the same way. He said his forwards couldn't score, and he was right again. They just didn't score. I think that comes back to us both saying how the goaltending in Providence is just unrealistically good.
Yeah, I think that's they've really come on. So good for them. They've really come on. They're proving that they are for real, and they're a good team. Like Hartford's a good team, so good for them.
Oh yeah, I mean Providence, I think, because Hartford wasn't very good of a team.
Well, they were a good team all year. They kind of crapped the bed coming into the playoffs, but they were a good team all year long.
They were, but they're not anymore.
No, that's dead and buried.
So we also had Salty say last week a big bold prediction that he's saying that Banks is going to go out there and get 2 shutouts, but Banks and Ballsy both got 2 shutouts. So the bold prediction came true.
I guess so.
Yep.
I wish Salty was actually here right now. He might be able to do another bold prediction because I believe going into the Eastern Conference Finals between Providence and Rochester, this is definitely going to be a goaltender series.
Yeah, 100%. Like Rochester's goalies, we played against them twice this season or so, like that. I don't know. I played at least once versus them, and their goalies are pretty unreal. It's not that we played like amazing, but there was something special with that. I think it was Banks. I'm pretty sure that's his name, or Benak. I don't even know how you guys say it, but
Thanks.
he was Banks. I was good the first time. Then yeah, he was really good. Definitely props to him and as well as their other goaltender. But yeah, this is going to be a tough series for Providence. They got to come scoring, and if they're not going to score, they better hold them down and get at least 1.
Yeah, no. Again, going back to the Rochester-Binghamton series, I guess Salty's team, Utica, coming out and getting 2 wins proves that Utica is also better than Binghamton.
I don't know. Is that what it proves?
I guess it does, because at least they scored goals and they won games.
I guess so.
Well, do you guys have any predictions for the Providence-Rochester series?
I don't know if I'm allowed to give predictions anymore. Everyone's mad at me.
I mean, I personally have Rochester 5. I don't think that Providence has the depth to beat Rochester. I think every game is going to be fairly close, though, because of the goaltending.
Yeah, I don't know.
Go ahead, Russell.
I don't know, man. I don't know if depth plays a factor in this series. Like, both teams are – I think Rochester's the better team overall. I'm going to say that Rochester wins in 6 just because Providence has been hot. They can roll with it a little bit. So is the goalies in Rochester, but doesn't everyone have a bad week eventually? So you never know what might happen.
That's true enough. Yeah, as I mentioned before, nobody wants me to pick them anymore. I'm looked at as death, some kind of cancer. I'm not allowed to pick teams. I've had many teams message me and say, please don't predict us. So I'm going to ignore all that, and I'm going to pick someone anyhow.
Wait. Didn't you order and buy a Rochester jersey with someone's name on it?
Yeah, I did. It didn't get here in time, unfortunately.
Well, there's still – wait, it's only Saturday. Remember that.
I know, but I was hoping to have it for the show, and I was going to sport it, show my Zach on the back and everything.
God, you bought it with Zach on the back? I'd burn that shit.
Why wouldn't you put Zach on the back? He's the best.
Running for Eddie Shore.
He's the best. He's the GOAT. And he's my best friend. So
he's the chat box GOAT, man. He's all over that.
Mr. Eddie Shore.
I actually do have a quick shout out before we if this is for the Rochester team. I was told by Death Star here, as my name tag shows. I'm gonna give a quick shout out to him and his line, I guess. Not really sure why he wanted me to do it, but there you go. He's got it now.
All right.
Collect your PayPal winnings.
Yeah,
So you were
I'll
saying-
link my PayPal below.
You were saying you had a prediction.
So yes, I'm going to pick Rochester because A, I have the jersey. B, Zach is my best friend, and C, I'm really hoping they lose. So, I'm gonna pick them in 4 games.
Oh, man.
Rochester in 4.
Okay,
Take
well,
offense. All the guys on Rochester don't take offense. That's really just because Zach hates me so much. I don't know why, but
do we have any bold predictions for this series?
Zaka's disc or digital copy crashes and he can't play at all.
Fair enough. I say the one game that Providence wins is going to be a 4-0 shutout.
Or no, actually, I think Zaka has EA access, so they're going to cancel the credit card. His EA access is going to be gone, and he's not going to be able to play.
I actually feel the games are going to go one of 2 ways. It's either going to be like 1-0 games, or it's going to be like 7-5 games. I don't think you're going to see like 4-1 or 3-2 or anything like that. It's either going to be super low scoring or super high scoring. It's going to be
the only reason why they go high scoring is because EA is having a fucking shit fit and throwing everything on net. And everyone's going.
Yeah, there's a lot of good goalies in that series, so
Yeah.
good luck to them.
Oh, for sure. Now moving Western Conference, we got the Tucson Roadrunners, Bristows team, who took out San Diego Gulls in 7 games. And we have the Rockford Ice Hogs, who took out Cleveland Monsters in 4 games. Fourth line being superstitious. Didn't show up last week because he said, if I show up on the show and I talk about my team and we play Cleveland, we'll lose. He didn't show up, so no one could talk about his team, and he couldn't brag about his team, and they swept.
I think there was other factors, maybe some slow drifts in there.
Maybe. But before we get to that one, Risto, your series went 7 games. We were told that your goalies weren't actually going to be there all series. Turns out that your goalies started showing up in games 3 and 4.
Yeah, so I'll explain it real quick. I'm not going to go into extreme detail because I don't need to talk about my goalie and what they had to go on because I wasn't supposed to. No, I don't think anyone needs to know that deep. But, yeah, PHJ was in the shout box talking to some people and said, well, he actually wasn't going to be there the whole series because he was out on a vacation. But he said he would come back for 7 if he needed it, which he did. And our other goalie, Ranger, he had some stuff pop up that I'm not going to talk about on the show, but he said he wasn't going to come back till game 5 and 6, but he ended up surprising us and being able to come back slightly earlier. So that was pretty nice to have him back, which definitely helped with the series. It's tough to use ECU goalies sometimes, especially when you don't have a lot of ECU goalies to use for 3 or 4 games.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
And I noticed that you did a really strong job matching your lines so that way San Diego's first line was always matched up against your third line, absolutely wrecking your third line, but it happened that way.
Yeah, you got to do that if you're going to win the series like that. If that's the plan you got to go with, you just do it. I don't know. It worked out, so I'll take it. I don't think it should have went 7 because we ended up losing in overtime 2-1, but it's whatever. We can't do anything about it, and we still came out with the wins.
Someone's got that grenade, right? So
it just happened to be the biggest commissioner in the league.
yeah.
He hit 2 grenades
Good
by
for
the name of Buddy Wackett.
He will be remembered.
Yeah, that Buddy Wackett and Juke, that line, there's definitely nothing to take away from that line. Even if they did just play our third lower line, like we still have I think overall we still have a pretty good third line for the most part. So I give them credit for still kicking their asses, which I was in one of those games, and yeah, I took it to us.
They also played in Game 7, right? And the Breezy line, I believe, played and shut them down.
Yeah.
So
Breezy and them are they're pretty good for my standards at least, and they get the job done when they need to carry me. So we'll take it.
No, 100%.
This next series is going to be a lot harder, though. Harder than any other series I've played in ever.
Oh,
So what happens when you get further in the playoffs? Series don't get easier, right? So
yeah. We'll see what happens. You never know.
Speaking of other series, we're going to move on over to Cleveland and Rockford. Rockford took out Cleveland in surprisingly 4 games. Before we move on to that, I would like to give a quick shout out to Horty. Horty posted a thread saying who's going to win the Calder Cup Finals poll. between Cleveland and Rockford. I personally voted for Rockford that series, but the votes were 33-31 for Cleveland. There was a lot of chirping going on in that thread saying between the two teams. And I honestly believed that that series would go 6-7 games, and they just didn't.
I think everybody thought that was going to happen with the series. I think everybody thought it was going to go 6 or 7 games. I don't think anyone would have predicted a 4-game sweep.
No, definitely not.
Either way, so.
But I heard there was some controversy in Game 2. Your boy, Mr. Pain Train, was having a little bit of issues. And was getting really riled up. I was watching a live stream with the Tucson game. I had the Tucson game on my laptop.
Let's not talk about it.
I had the Rockford game up on my phone and on my TV, and I'm sitting there just listening to it. And I had my headphones into my laptop watching one game, and I'm just listening to the screaming going on my TV, and I'm like, "What's going on?" And then it cuts off randomly, and I got all confused.
I'll bet you enjoyed that too, didn't you? You thought it was pretty funny?
I thought it was fucking hilarious because then I go to the chat box and I was
for sure. Because you're a center. Yeah, you think all the centers are funny. Oh, look at him, man. Yeah, he's over there teabagging, having a good time, hey?
Oh, centers are doing their job. If he's teabagging, he's probably trying to block a pass in the slot. You know, the guy's coming down the wing. He tries to pass, he teabags to try and block it as best as he can.
Every game I played with you this year, Buck, every single game I played with you this year, we lost, okay?
We did lose a lot of games when I played with you. That's
you're
true.
The fucking AIDS, buddy. You're the fucking AIDS, okay? You're the slow fucking drip, okay? The fucking slow drip. Fuck.
I wouldn't go that far. I'm not as AIDS as some other people.
Tell your mom to go back to the fucking corner that you were conceived on and find the fucking dude that did it to her and fucking kill him, okay? Fucking kill him.
Why? Why would I do such a thing? Just because we almost made the playoffs and we didn't make the playoffs. I know you tried hard, but come on, man.
I can't do it all. I can't do it all.
You did play 50-some games. I got to give you credit for that, but you got to do a little better than that.
Listen, I can't do it, but when I got guys like you in front of me, what do you want me to do? You know, I'm just one player.
Well, I'm not that great, but you got to expect me to try and cut off some passes. If I got a teabag to cut off the pass, I got to do it, you know?
Listen, if you're going to fucking teabag me, then you can fucking go ECMEU, okay? You can fucking ECMEU right now.
Fuck. I lost Risto and I lost Notorious? Fuck's sakes. Oh, man. Give me a second, guys. I can see if Risto's coming back here. This is really fucking weird. I guess he was mad. Well, I guess I'll keep talking about that series. My boy Fourth Line was doing a really good job. He did my match after that really shit show of a second game, and won games 3 and 4. Game 4 was a bit of a landslide game, but I guess it was really interesting to see. Sorry, this is really strange. I'm really fucking confused. Risto said he was coming back, so a little bit more to talk about here. But moving on to the Rockford and Tucson series. Oh, fuck, there's Risto. Hey, Risto.
What's up, boys?
You cut out?
Yeah.
Fuck,
Gonna go play a game of club.
Notorious kind of went off on me and told me to ECMEU him, and he dipped. He got really mad. He started yelling at me. But
That's
like I said,
usual.
You actually disconnected. I didn't know you were disconnecting because I was getting yelled at. So he told me to go back to the corner that I was conceived on and kill my dad.
Nice.
I guess he got that from Pain Train saying that to Mr. M. Farah. But as I was saying, I was really honestly distracted. I honestly didn't know what to do when I was talking by myself. But the Tucson Rockford series, you said you were actually really worried about the series coming up. You want to talk about why a little bit?
I wouldn't say worried more than that. It's just going to be a really tough series. I know we can win games and stuff like that, but it doesn't. It's just tough. It's just how it goes. But it's not supposed to be easy.
Yeah, no, for sure. No, you have a really strong team. Fourth Line has another really strong team this year. And he's gotten the monkey off his back. He's got him by the second round. Obviously, being the McGregor-Kilpatrick Trophy winners, the HL President's Trophy, makes him a little bit more of a favorite to win this series. But you guys seem to be somewhat evenly matched since you guys both have 3 strong lines.
Yeah, we're going to definitely be the underdog community-wise, but I think it's better that way because if we win, hopefully when we do win, I don't really know what's going to happen, to be honest. It's just how the video game rolls and how people play, I guess. But if we do end up taking them out, it's going to be nice to have an underdog going to the finals like ourselves. But I don't know. We got 32% of the community voting I'm looking at, which is actually pretty good. I didn't expect to get that high versus a team like Rockford. But I don't know. I'm going to go into it confident and not going to worry about who we're playing necessarily and just play the game like we usually do. Because if we go into it thinking it's Rockford, oh God, they're fucking really good, then it's not going to go any better than, or say, the example of Rochester Binghamton game went.
No, for sure. And with this series being really close compared to the other series, the Eastern Conference series, what's your biggest worry going into it?
I don't know if I really have like a big worry, man. Just the wins and losses is what counts. If you win the game, you're good. Just that's how it comes down to. I'm not really going to say I'm worried about anything because I'm not necessarily worried.
All right. And if you get through Rockford, who would you want to play, preferably?
Who do we want to play?
Who would you want to play in the finals if you get there?
I think anyone's going to say Providence, but I think if we play Rochester, if we make it, I'm not going to get that far. Yeah, we still got a whole nother week to play here and possibly 7 games. But if we play Rochester, every team's beatable. I don't think there's any team undefeated in the playoffs this season. Nah, okay. Everyone's lost a game, so everyone's beatable.
Oh, look who's back. I guess he's tired and he had his little bit of a milkshake. He calmed himself down, and he's back.
Listen, I'm only back because Brody said if I didn't come back, I'd get a 3-season ban. So here I am.
Did Dristo message you about that? Because Brody's on his team, so
Yeah, well,
I'd say shit.
yeah, no.
I'm here. I'll fucking finish this shit.
I don't know if you realize, Notorious, but when you were freaking out at me, Risto actually disconnected, so I was actually left all alone, and I actually didn't know what to talk about. I was sitting here, I was like, so I don't know. I don't know if Risto's coming back. It looks like he disconnected, and he freaked out and snapped at me. So
joke's on you. My PayPal was in Notorious's email the entire time.
oh, jeez.
I was paid to leave.
Now we're talking about the Tucson Rockford series. I was asking him still a couple questions, like if he was worried, what's the most challenging part, who would you want to play in the finals if he gets by Rockford. So, do you have any questions for him about that, actually?
Well, it's never a good time playing Rockford. That won't be fun. It's like going to the doctor because you got to get a colonoscopy. You know it has to be done, and you know it's going to be uncomfortable, but you do the best you can, have warm thoughts, and hope that everything comes out in the end. I guess the only question I have for you, Risto, and I guess the rest of your guys as well, you can speak on their behalf, is do you guys have a lot of lube?
I'm hoping they're not going to get up that far in their asses. It's okay.
Okay. You're going to clench the butt cheeks?
No, we're not clenching. It's just going to happen. It's what's going to happen. We don't got to do we're not going to change anything that we've been doing all season. It's been working so far. So we just got to play our game.
Well, they say it's best to be relaxed when you're doing anal. So
there you go. That's how it's going to be, man. You got to stay relaxed. If you get worked up, like playing like a team like Rockford, it's going to be a no lube type thing going on. So.
No, fair enough. All right, so predictions.
Well, I gave my prediction already about the Rochester series, Rochester in 4. I said it again. I am going to pick in this other season. I think everybody else is going to pick it as well. Is I'm picking Rockford. I haven't picked Rockford actually once this season, which I'm sure Evan doesn't really like. He's probably mad at me, but I am picking Rockford, and I'm going to pick them in 6 because I do like Tucson as well. It's just I just don't think that they have all the tools needed in order to beat Rockford. That's a complete team.
I know Bristow doesn't like doing predictions on his own team, so I'll take over this one. I think this series, regardless, is going to 6 games. This is going to be a battle of complete line matching. Both teams got 2 strong goalies. Both teams got 3 good lines. I believe that the winner of this series is going to win the Calder, but I do have Rockford in 6. But like I said, it's going 6 in my mind, no matter which way it goes. So. I don't know.
Fair enough. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to make a prediction like I usually don't, but I think I've said a decent amount about my team from the questions you asked me, so that's how it stands, and we're just going to have to see how it goes starting Sunday.
No, for sure. Then I wish you luck in that. Moving on to our second final topic of the night, we are going to actually talk about the banning of Pain Train and Farah. So in Game 2, while this all happened, Farah actually has Pain Train completely blocked on Xbox, so he can't hear any voice communications, nothing whatsoever. But he had the stream open so he could kind of hear what was being said, so that way he had somewhat of the team communication going, but he just wouldn't respond to it. And Pain Train was just freaking out because Farah was, as Notorious and I were joking around about, was Farah was teabagging because like in the slot and not helping and not intentionally not helping and blocking passes and fucking the team over and throwing the game essentially. So after they came back from the lag out, Pain Train decided to say fuck you and quit after he went off on his little rant while they were waiting for the game to start. So that caused Cleveland to forfeit Game 2 after 2 periods. And Pain Train received a 3-season ban for conduct unbecoming. Farah also received a 3-season ban for conduct unbecoming, and if I'm also informed correctly, he also got it for throwing games. So, what are your thoughts on that?
You want to start, Resto, or?
Yeah, I'll start real quick. I don't got much to say about it, but I think that I was going to say that Pain Train, it seemed like Pain Train wasn't really like doing a lot, but yeah, obviously his comments aren't the best to say over stream, and he knows he was streaming. He was pissed. He's going to say that no matter what. But he was already on like a COC ban or something like that, I believe, a code of conduct ban. So I think it was already kind of a short line or string, whatever you want to call it for him. So I think that's why he was chucked a little bit earlier. I don't know. Or they would have did it no matter what. Who knows? Maybe the COC didn't even make a difference and they were going to do it anyways.
Yeah.
I will say this. Both of them are stupid. Like, neither one of them should have done it. Like, Fair shouldn't have been bopping up and down. You know, it's one thing to do it in a club game as a joke or something, because it really doesn't matter. It's LG. You know, it's playoffs. Like, some guys take it pretty seriously. I know I do. If someone were to do it to me, I'd be pretty pissed off, right? Especially if I didn't like the guy. And, you know, that would piss me off. So, Fair, you're wrong. You shouldn't have done it. I'm sure you know it. I'm sure you don't give a fuck. And Pain Train, you know he was wrong, but you shouldn't have fucking flipped out. You know, we're adult men. Like, we're 2 of the older people in LG. You just accepted Fair is a fucking goof, and you move on.
That's the thing, right? Fair's just a kid. He's like 18 or something. Pain Train's in his 30s. Like, you got to be able to establish that maturity.
You just shake your head at it, say you're a goof, and you move on. And what else can you do? Because now it's, you know, you're fucked for 3 seasons, right? And you may have cost your team, you know. And those other guys on the team are probably not going to forget that for a long time. So, you know, there's ramifications. So, I hope you guys learned something from this. I would never do it again, but it shouldn't happen in the first place. It was stupid.
Thing is that Fair got exactly what he wanted, not the ban, but he got what he wanted out of Pain Train. He wanted Pain Train to flip out at him like that. He knew it was gonna happen.
And the best part about
working
that
for a
was that
reaction.
Farah had Pain Train like combat and everything, or like muted or whatever, so he couldn't hear him, but he was egging him on to cause Pain Train to scream and yell and freak out like that. And he couldn't hear a fucking word that was being said. He just knew it was happening because of what the others were saying in the party chat.
Yeah, I have an 11-year-old and an 8-year-old boy. Okay, that's the kind of shit they pull with me because they want to get me all fired up. You know, I can't just run across the room and punch them. I'd love to,
Not on video, at least.
and just fucking slug them. But I won't do that because I'm an adult and I know what's right from wrong, and I don't want to get in trouble with the law. You should always use a phone book if you're gonna hit a child. No, don't do that. Don't do that. I'm just kidding. It's about being just smart. Like, just, you know, you're an adult. Well, everyone here, if you're old enough to play an LG, whether you're fucking 13 or you're 50, I don't care. You should know there's rules in place and you should play by them. So just smarten up, everybody. Fucking just give your fucking head a shake and let's play some fucking games.
What I think was really funny was the 2 league removal warnings with the reasoning behind them. I'll read them up. It says, the Cleveland Monsters have issued a league removal warning to BS Painter 19 for the following reason. How are you that stupid? Get your shit together and we'll see you in a couple seasons. ... Maybe. That's for Painter. For Farah, it was, the Cleveland Monsters have issued a league removal warning to MFarah32 for the following reasons. Grow up, you idiot.
Huh.
Yeah,
Like, that sums it up so well.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone would disagree with those sentiments. It's just, it was dumb.
Stupid, but it was fucking hilarious at the same time.
Yeah. Well, for the rest of us, it's fucking hilarious. For the 18 guys on that team, they're not real fucking happy about it.
Yeah.
17 guys, pardon me.
Yeah. And ruining the chance for your team to continue in the playoffs without one of their goalies is really hurtful.
Yeah.
And Pain Train would like to comment, just saying that Farah also did the same shit the week before against Grand Rapids.
Yeah, well,
so the fact that he did it again.
Regardless,
Funnier.
it happened in the second round. He got caught in the second round, and yeah, everybody's paying for it now. So
yeah, no, for sure. And now with round 3 starting, which means awards will be coming out next week. So the awards committee plus 7th Defense will be finishing our votes towards who wins which award of the Big Six, and the awards will be posted after, like the awards winners, will be posted after the Calder Cup has been awarded to whichever team is left out of the 4 that's won it. So we'll have those locked in by next Sunday, the winners anyways, but they won't be released until after the Calder finals.
I don't think all the votes are in yet, are they, Buck? There's still a few.
There's still a couple that have to vote. I'm sure some people might want to change their votes around. So
yeah, it's a constant thing. Like, I know I've got my votes in, but I'm still looking at it, and there's a couple of them that I'm back and forth on. So although I've got it logged in, I'm not sold yet. So yeah, it's still something I'm considering.
Yeah, no, there's still a lot of thought process. Like, yes, they're all seasonal awards, but there's a lot of thought process that goes into it. You got to read through the stats. You want to check, like, you can break it down by game,
yeah,
and see who they played, which lines they played. Like, you have the time. We had 3 weeks to choose the winners, so there's a lot too.
It's not just black and white. There's a lot of shades of gray in there. So maybe 50. I don't know, but there's a lot of shades of gray.
Yeah. So without further ado, hopefully next week for our Calder Cup Finals preview show, we'll have all 7 of us, if not at least 5. It'd be nice to have the whole crew.
Well, it depends if Risto beats 4th line or not.
Yeah, Superstition. He might not be here.
If I be fourth line, I'll come on the show, boys.
See, that's a real man right there.
I'll be there.
Plus, I want to update on the fish tank.
Superstitions are only in real life, not a video game.
I mean, fourth line is a human superstition himself, so.
Oh well.
Yeah, but without further ado, hope you guys enjoyed episode 11. This is the Slow Drips and ECMEUs edition. It's unfortunate that Salty couldn't make his guest appearance he was hoping to possibly make. I hope he's having fun at his party.
It's crawling out of the bottom of a beer mug.
Probably having fun touching his beard. Just making sure it's all beautiful, looking nice and soft.
Darcy, slow drip, slow drip, slow drip. ECMEU.
Swept series shutout, Darcy. Yeah, without further ado, guys, we'll see you guys next week, and peace out.